Hey guys, this is Mr. Regu, and today we're going to solve multi-step equations, equations where variables on both sides, and literal equations. Alright, so we're going to work on the not so easy equations, right? But again, we're solving, meaning solving. That word meaning we're leaving the x by itself or our variable. Equation, variables on both sides, and literal equations. Alright, the previous video we did much easier, so please follow the order. Here we go. We gotta solve, meaning there's a variable x here, x, only one variable, two times but the same variable, so I gotta leave the x by itself. That's what solve means. Distribute first. Yes, I have a parenthesis. That's your first step. I have a 2 on the outside. That 2 is gonna multiply every term in the inside. 2 times 4 is 8x. 2 times -2, -4. I'm gonna rewrite everything else. Okay, next, as soon as I distribute, now I want to combine like terms. Look at the equal sign, right? So this is the left side and this is your right side. So I combine on the left. Combine 8x with the 3x. 8 minus 3 gives me 5x. And my constant, which is -4 and -1. -4 minus 1 is -5. And I'll bring down the 10. And I just combine like terms on the left side. Now, this is a two-step equation. I gotta cancel whatever is subtracting or adding first. So this is a -5, so I add 5. I do the opposite. On both sides of the equation, look at the equal sign. Be aware. -5 plus 5 or 5 minus 5 gives me 0. I bring down the 5x. Equal. I'm trying to have my x's aligned. I'm sorry, my equals aligned. 10 plus 5, 15. Last step, the 5 is multiplying the x. I do the opposite, which is division on both sides. The 5 divided by 5 gives me 1. Don't forget about that. So technically I have 1x here. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Do I need to write the 1? No, I can write x equals 3 and that's the final answer. Remember, if you want to make sure that you're right, go back and plug it in. Instead of the x, plug in a 3. Instead of the x, plug in a 3 and find out you should get a 10. Okay? Alright, let's go. Number 2. Again, more parentheses on both sides. So first thing is distribute. Negative. Now, guys, there's a negative in front of the parentheses. But there's no number. So technically you have a 1. You have a -1. So -1 times 3x is -3x. -1 times -2. Negative times negative is positive. 1 times 2 is 2. So basically when you have a negative in front of a parenthesis, all the signs on the inside we're going to flip. We're going to change. The 3x was positive with the negative turns negative. The 2 was negative with the negative turns positive. Okay? I'll bring down the +4 and I distribute the same thing on the other side. Alright, guys, be aware. The common mistake is people keep multiplying times everything. But again, this 4 is not on inside the parentheses. Be aware. Only whatever is inside the parentheses. So the 3x and the -2. Let's go to the other side. 8 times -x. You have a -1 right there. So 8 times -1 is -8. You bring down the x. 8 times 2, 16. Alright, no parentheses. Now what? Can we combine like terms? So first we distribute. Next, can we combine like terms? Let's look at the left side. Oh, I have a 2 and a 4. I can combine that. Bring down the -3x because that's the only x that we have. 2 and 4. 6. Let me write the same thing. Okay. Can't combine anymore. Now what? I have x's on both sides. The first tip when you have variables on both sides is cancel one of them. By default, I always cancel the one on the right. Alright, so if this is -8x, I'm canceling. That means I gotta do the opposite sign. Plus 8x. I do it on the right side. I do it on the left side. Okay? So remember, this 8x minus 8x, it cancels, gives you 0. Alright, keep that in mind, you're canceling. -3 plus 8 is the same as 8 minus 3, which gives me 5x. bring down the 6. 8 minus 8 cancels out, gives you a 0. Bring down the 16. And now it says two-step equations. You see, so that's why you call it multi, because there's many steps before that. Next, cancel what is adding and subtracting. Cancel the plus 6, doing the opposite, which is minus 6 on both sides. 6 minus 6, you're canceling. 6 minus 6 gives you 0. You're subtracting, right? When you're subtracting or you add in, you get 0. Bring down the 5x. 16 minus 6 gives you 10. Last, 5x means 5 times x. You divide it on both sides by 5. 5 divided by 5, you're dividing, gives you 1. Do I need to write the 1? No. 10 divided by 5, and that's your final answer. Okay? Alright, so we're done with heavy stuff. These are very complicated equations. I hope you watch the steps. Make sure you follow them and make sure you double check. Let's go into literal equations. So what's this? These are equations that have variables. You see, there's not too many numbers around. All of them are variables for the most part. They have more than one variable. Okay? A and B, X and Y. Look at this one. A, capital A, B, H, P, L, W, a bunch of variables. And what happens is there's a lot of people that shut down. They say, oh, I don't know how to do this. Nope. No. Look at them. It's the same rules that we've done on other equations. Solve for X means leave the X by itself. What's next to the X? A 3. What's going on there? Is there any signs between the 3 and the X? No, that means they're multiplying. Opposite of multiplication, division. But hold on, I want to leave the X by itself. So with that 3, cancel divided by 3, I cancel. What about the Y? It's multiplying as well. So multiplying the X, canceling, I divide. Alright? So the 3 is multiplying the X is multiplying the Y. Because all of them are multiplying, if I want to cancel something, I have to divide. One side, I divide in the other side. Look at the left side. 3 divided by 3, cancels, I get 1. It cancels. Y divided by Y, cancels, I get 1. What's left? 1 times X times 1, which is X. So if I want to cancel something that is multiplying, I divide by the same thing. The other side doesn't matter, whatever I have. So I have 18 divided by 3, which is going to give me 6. And the Y is in the denominator. It has to stay in the denominator. My question was, solve for X. Is the X by itself? Yes. Final answer. I don't care. It doesn't matter what I have in the other side. What matters, by the way, X, I kind of skipped one step. 18 divided by 3Y, right? Technically, that's what I have, 18 divided by 3Y. If I'm able to reduce, I reduce, like 18 divided by 3. I was able to divide those two numbers. My answer will be on the top. The Y was on the denominator, it stays on the denominator. All right, number 4, solve for A. Leave the A by itself. The 5 is multiplying the A, but here, this is subtracting. I always cancel what is adding or subtracting. Same thing that we did in the previous slide. Look at this. I have over here 5x minus 5 equals 10. What did I cancel? The negative 5. Right? That was my first step. Here, I have 5x plus 6 equals 16. Why cancel? Cancel the 6, right? What is adding or subtracting? All right, same idea. I have negative 5a minus 10b equals 20. I want to leave the a by itself. I got to cancel this. Is negative? I do the opposite. 10b plus 10b. I know that negative 10 plus 10 is going to give me 0. That cancels out. I bring down my 5a. What about here? Can I combine the 20 and the 10b? I cannot, because the 20 doesn't have a b. Therefore, I have to write them both. All right, they're not like terms. Last step, 5a. 5 is multiplying, so I divide by 5, and I divide by 5, and divide by 5 everywhere. Okay, or I can write this as 5a equals 20 plus 10b, and I can say that I divide by 5, and then I make a big line on the other side and I divide by 5. Either way is right, because the 5 is divided by 20 and the 5 is divided by 10. I'd rather have this divided by each one of them. 5 divided by 5 cancels, bring down the a. 20 divided by 5, 4. 10 divided by 5, 2. B. And the a is by itself. Remember, solve for a means leave the a by itself. Guys, it's the same idea over and over again. Alright, let's fit number 5. Solve for b. Leave the b by itself. Okay, what's going on? 1/2 of b times h. By the way, that's a formula for the area of the triangle. We use that a lot when we're solving equations. Half of b times h, all of them are multiplying. How can we get rid of a fraction when it's multiplying? We do the reciprocal on both sides. The 1/2 cancels the 2 over 1. And now on the other side I have 2 times 8 divided by 1. Do I need to divide it by 1? No, you don't. And now I have 2a equals base times height. What about now? I have to leave the b by itself. So I gotta cancel the h. This h is multiplying, therefore the opposite is division. It's multiplying, so I divide by h. That's gonna cancel, and I'm gonna have a b on the right side. And the other side I have 2 times a divided by h. And now the b is by itself. Okay? Okay. If you're not sure about the reciprocal, please check one-step equations, a video, and the two-step equations before you get into this one. All right, check one-step equations and solving two-step equations before you get into this one. Last one, number 6. P equals 2L plus 2W. Yes, that's right. Perimeter. This is the perimeter of a rectangle. Solve for L. Okay. I gotta leave the L by itself. I gotta cancel everything else. The 2 is multiplying the L. This 2W is adding. Remember, I cancel whatever is adding. So guys, I follow the same rules over and over again. Minus 2W, minus 2W. Look at the equal sign. Right? On both sides, on the right and the left side. 2W minus 2W. 0. 2 apples minus 2 apples. 2 watermelons minus 2 watermelons. You call it any way you want. I bring down the 2L. I'm going to keep that in like a cursive. In this side, I have P minus 2W. Can I combine them? No, they're different variables. Therefore, they're not like terms. So I have to write them both. P minus 2W. My last step, concentrate. What are we doing? We're leaving the L by itself. Here's the L. What's next to the L? The 2. Is multiplying. Divide by 2. Again, divide by 2, divide by 2. Or I can say that P minus 2W equals to 2L, and I can say, oh, divided by 2 on the right side and divided by 2 on the left side. It is the same process. Okay, so let's do this. 2 divided by 2 cancels. I have L on the right side. On the left side, according to this, I have P over 2 minus 2 divided by 2 reduces, and that's one possible answer. Let's pretend that I have this one. So in this case, I'm going to have P minus 2W everything over 2 equals to L. Alright, so either one of these two answers is possible. My advice is I always divide. If I'm dividing both sides and I have more than one term, I divide every single one of them. Again, make sure you go back to one-step equations, a video, and two-step equations videos. I explain step by step every single one of them. Alright guys, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? More to come. Our next video most likely is going to be on fractions. There we go, fractions. Again, you're going to have a subscribe button right next to you. Please smash that button and like the video. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Until next one.